Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's keeping safe at the minute. Now, so what I want to talk about today is an issue which affects Verdun and actually Tannenberg as well, and it's to do with the AI players on the game. Now, this issue probably affects the console players more, just because we seem to have less players on console than there seems to be on PC. So I imagine we have to deal with AI more often. So if you're on a PC, if you're on PC and you play quite often, you might not see this issue as much as some of us. But I'm going to go into it anyway. I hope you enjoy. So back on the early days on Verdun, on console, we used to have very low numbers online. Yeah, I mean, you could sometimes you could get two people in a lobby, and then at the most you'd probably get like 10 or something. And back then there wasn't any AI players, so every person who was in your game lobby, every enemy and every ally that you saw was an actual real player, which means sometimes if there was only 5 people in the game, for example, there would only be 5 bodies on the battlefield. That would be it. And with some of the maps in this game, like Picardia for example, they're massive, so to only see 5 people is a bit shit. So one thing a lot of us demanded, or really wanted the devs to do via a big update, which they did in the end, was add some AI in to sort of make the battlefield feel more immersive, make it feel more alive. And so they did that. I think it was around 2 years ago now, in this big overhaul of the game, and it did make a massive difference. And as I say, everyone was really happy. But recently on Verdun, it seems to have got worse again. In terms of the way how buggy it is, for whatever reason at the minute, and it's the same with Tannenberg as well. The game's glitching quite badly on console. I'm not sure if this is on PC as well, but you've got bugs. Obviously, we've had the black screen bug for a long time. It kicks you out of games. You can't spawn in. You have no weapons sometimes. There's just so many bugs. People are like teleporting around the battlefield. There's a big one in Tannenberg at the minute where I keep dying, but I've not actually been killed by anyone or anything. There's nothing on the kill feed. I collapse and die. So I don't know if he's got heat stroke or something, but that keeps happening. So, and what I've noticed through these bugs is the AI have seemed to have got worse. So how has the AI got worse? Well, I think the main one that we all see is the one where the AI runs 360 degrees round in a circle, and it's like the really robotic movements where they zigzag completely. You just can't. Sometimes you can't shoot them, and it's just the right pain in the arse. And it takes away from the immersion as well. It sort of annoys you when you just see them running. They're just at the top of their own trench when they're defending, and they're just running in this weird circle. It's just awkward. It's awkward to shoot at. And it just doesn't look very nice either. In what is seemingly a realistic, World War I experience. And the second one that happens not as often, but still does happen enough that you notice it, is sometimes you can shoot an AI directly and they'll stop and stand still, and then you'll shoot them again, but they don't die because some sort of glitch has happened where they become invincible, and it normally happens. It'll last like 30 seconds or something, and then you'll be able to kill them again when they start moving. But that's another thing that pisses you off, and it'd be nice to see a change in that. But for me, the absolute worst one, I think it's getting more common as well because the last few games I've played on Verdun, this happens all the time, is where if you're playing as a section commander or your squad leader, as some people will call it, if you've got AI on your team and they spawn on you, instead of moving to your side, to your right, to your left, they will stand in front of you and then run round, blocking your sight and giving away your position at the same time. And it just pisses me right off because it completely takes away from the immersion. It makes you not want to play as a squad leader because if you've got AI teammates and they do that every time, it's going to piss you off. And it's the way they move as well. It's how awkward they are when they block you. It's like they're moving a million miles an hour in front of you. And I'm playing as a sniper here, as you can see in this gameplay. If they give away my position, I'm fucked. That completely sort of ruins my bit of gameplay here. So yeah, for me that's the worst. And it's getting to the point now where I'd rather have less teammates than have AI teammates, if that makes sense. And even if I lose the game, just because the AI are that useless and they're that much of a hindrance to my squad. Now, of course, I understand it doesn't matter what you do. AI will always be worse than real players usually, unless they've got the aimbot thing. But in general, there's nothing you can really do to make AI too good. But what they definitely need some sort of improvement on Verdun, because they are a pain in the arse, and I think people are getting sick of them. I actually think it puts a lot of people off as well. I know a lot of the lads who used to play before the big update stopped playing playing after the update because the AI were that shit. But I mean, they've seemed to have got worse, as I say, recently through different glitches and bugs and stuff. They've seemed to be getting worse, so hopefully they get fixed soon, and hopefully the devs see this video or the comments on Reddit and Discord of what people are saying. As usual, it'd be good to hear your opinion. Have you had any dodgy experiences with AI, and would you rather play with less players and then have AI on your team? Because I think I would. Cheers for watching.